Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Dungeon Alliance. We're on our 4th round. This is going to be the last round before we head over to William's channel at Hungry Gamer. Now there's a lot going on that we have to try to finish and hopefully get some really cool things over to William so he can continue this fantastic playthrough with hopefully all these guys. I hope we don't lose any. That's our plan. We'll see how it goes. Now there's a few things I want to talk about before we start. First off is our mentor quest. There's an FAQ about our mentor quest and it says on the card here that while one of your heroes is adjacent to mentor, draft 3 discarded upgrade cards. Now I almost didn't do this correctly, but you can only draft these during your actual draft phase. Now the good thing about this is you can draft them anytime another player is next to this and it'll count towards that mentor quest. So she doesn't have to be the only one drafting these to activate the resolve portion of that quest. Another thing I want to mention is when we go to our AI cards, these two are not 1 and 2. I can choose which one I want to have happen, but usually, of course, one is a little bit more powerful than the other one. So you probably want to try to do the top one for this because it's only give +1, but maybe you don't want it to attack my wizard character and instead just go ahead and hit Caldrax, who has 1 billion defense or something. I could go ahead and choose this option if I want. Now, of course, if neither of these could be done, then you would have to do this one. And of course, we must not forget our terrible, terrible gargoyle. He is the bane of my existence. At the last time we saw him, he was adjacent to her and he did not swoop because I figured he was adjacent to her, so he'd probably just attack her. That was wrong. He swoops. He always swoops no matter what. So he would, since he doesn't lose any speed from moving away from her, he could easily just move right over the top of her and attack from over here, or he could move over a character that's over here and attack her from there. He wants to swoop. He must swoop. So that was another mistake I made. He should have taken a little bit more damage because that damage is unblockable, so you'd actually take the damage. But we're going to go without because that's kind of how I had my guys set up for this round, and that's just what we're going to do. Now the final thing I want to mention was when it came to getting experience points, and there's a chance I might have actually gone straight through the level 2 cards because I might have depleted that entire set of experience points. If you do, you don't go from 1 to 3, you actually just go to level 2 cards. In the next round you would go to level 3. It's a way so at least you get some of all the different cards. So you can't just skip a certain section of cards. I hope that makes sense. Now I want to go ahead and thank everybody in the comment section, especially Quixotics Games is in the comment section again. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you. But Jan also had some really great questions. I'm going to pin Quixotics post to the actual forum, but please take a look at Jan's post as well and everybody else who helped in the comment section. It's been so much fun getting all this great feedback because this game is so awesome and I want to make sure everybody understands how this game is played. There's going to be a lot of excitement moving into round 4. Are we going to be able to get down here and take on Mitra before we run out of time? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.
Hello, good morning. Open up your eyes. Hello, good morning. The magic's still inside. I never loved you more than I do now. Living in a sentimental city, right next to an evil town. Hello, good morning.
So we're kind of caught in a bind here. I want to try to complete this quest, but really I have some pretty terrible cards in my hand. They're not actually terrible, it's just I don't have a lot of one type of character's card. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go with, what is this? His name is Mysterios. We're going to use him. We're going to go ahead and remove his token. He's actually going to have a terrible turn. Here's how much he's going to do. He's really just going to cast his Flaming Weapon. It's an enhanced spell. I have to spend a speed point, meaning he only has 3 speed. And I can play this on myself or an ally. And I'm going to go ahead and play this on Caldrax because it can get rid of armor defense. It doesn't work against that Mitra character because she's got dodge defense, but it could work against somebody else like, oh, I don't know, a Minotaur. So we're going to go ahead and put that down there. Let's see what else he's going to do. I think he's just going to move 1, 2 over to here. I think that's going to be his plan. He's actually, I think, going to take a shot from these goblins, and hopefully it's going to not do too much because it's actually going to pass through her. And then since we were able to complete that, we're going to go ahead and now buy a card. And I'm actually going to buy one from the discard pile again. I want this Critical Strike card. This can only be used by Bull, but it gets +2 attack. I know it only gets rid of armor defense, but +2 attack is still pretty good. Now it's going to cost me 3 experience points to get a hold of this card. So I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3 experience points. Actually, I lied. I'm going to put those back, remove the 4, and just put the 1 back. There we go. So now we have 4 experience points remaining, and I've gone ahead and bought this card from the discard pile. We're going to put that in our hand. And now that it's in our hand, we need to choose. We want to get rid of some cards, and I'll guarantee you want to get rid of some cards. We're going to get rid of Vendetta. I can discard up to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know if I want to get rid of British Bestial Form. That's a really powerful card. 5. I think we're going to get rid of all 5 of these cards. I really need her to go. She's about the only person that can beat Mitra, so I need to get some good cards from her in her hand. And now we're going to go ahead and draw up to our hand size, which is 8. So I'm holding 3, so I can get 5 cards here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope we get some good cards. All right, got Spark. That doesn't help. We've got Fire Blast. Didn't help. We've got Righteous Prayer. That didn't help. We've got Enchanted Broadsword. That will help. Oh, and we got our Slash card too. So she got an extra 3 attack, which hopefully will be enough to take this thing out. Now with his turn complete, we have to go into the monster phase. But first, I have to put down a couple tokens. Our mentor, we have bought 2 cards with somebody standing next to her. So we are 2 closer, or one, actually only 1 away from actually getting through this quest, which will give us more campaign tokens. But now we have to activate one of those goblins because they're the only thing on the board. So they're going to go ahead and attack either a dwarf or our wizard here. So we're going to go ahead and have one of them attack the wizard. So he's going to move up and go 1, 2, 3. He can see him just fine. He's going to go ahead and cast or attack with his bow. So let's go ahead and look at the bow. It does 2 damage. Plus, remember, he's got Wild Shout. I mean, I get to roll a die and see how much extra damage he does to our awesome wizard here. He did 1. So he has done a total of 3 damage. He's going to lose 1 because of an obstructed defense. Moving it down, or sorry, going to 2. So he's going to go ahead and take 2 health points. So he's still doing okay. He's got a total of 7, so he's only down to 5 health. So he's doing a lot better than some of the other people out there. And we're going to go ahead and exhaust this goblin, and we're going to move into our next turn. So now that we have completed that AI card, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it and grab our next one and see what happens. We're going to have them go ahead and attack a thief. Well, we can't have this happen, so they're going to have to do this bottom one. Oh my gosh, +3. All right, so we're going to have to deal with this. This is going to be really bad. And I'm going to be getting rid of a tile next turn, which isn't going to be that great either. All right, now comes the moment we've all been waiting for, the Clash of the Titans. It's Bull's turn. Bull is going to try to take down Mitra. Let's see if she can do it. The first thing she's going to do is, of course, play her maneuver card. She's going to play her maneuver card, reposition to give herself +1 speed, and more importantly, +1 attack. So she's up to 5 attack right now, and she's going to go ahead and move away from this goblin. 1, 2, into the arena, and see if we can do this. And she's going to move into the arena, and we have to read card 42. And it states, the crowd roars as you enter the arena. The enemy token attacks as a normal monster. If you defeat the enemy, reward XP and gain 4 campaign tokens. Then you read story card 36 through 42. If you choose to spare the defeated hero, choose either to place the ally card in your hand or erase it. If you choose to slay the hero, erase the ally card and draft 1 card from the upgrade draft area for free. Spoiler alert, if I win, I'm not going to get rid of her card. I think it's just awesome to have saved her. All right, we have entered the arena. I'm going to go ahead and move up next to her. I've got plenty of enough move to do that. And we are going to try to take her down. Now, Bull does 4 damage. We've got reposition for another 1, so we're at 5. Then we got our broadsword, 6, 7, which is a weapon. 7. We got this battle tactics card, 8, 9 for 2 more damage. And then I am going to take my slash and my fire blast, and I'm going to give myself a burst of strength, which is exactly what you should thematically do to try to take out one of these characters. And I have done 10 damage. She has 3 dodge and 7 health. She has been, well, I guess saved, eliminated, saved. That's how it works. We're going to go ahead and gain 5 experience points. We're going to go ahead and put those right up with the rest of our experience. And more importantly, we have decided to gain Mitra the Trickster, which allows me to draw 2 cards. And for the rest of this turn, you may play 2 maneuvers and or 2 treasures. Wow, that's a really good card. We're going to go ahead and put this in our hand, and we have become the gladiator of the arena. We are the sole survivor. 2 women enter and 1 woman leaves, just like the Thunderdome. So we've gone ahead and defeated her. We're going to go ahead and buy some cards. And we're going to buy a card again from this area. And since we still have Melinda next to our mentor, we're going to be able to complete that quest. So we're going to buy this Eldritch Ward because I'm about to get blasted by some goblins and I want to try to save him. So we're going to go ahead and spend 3 experience points to get this card. Now I do have 3, no, I got 4 cards in my hand, so I'm going to be able to get a total of 4 more cards. I can choose to discard some if I want to, but oh, I know I got 5. I got 5 cards in my hand. I'm not going to. I'm just going to grab 3 cards. 1, Fury. 2, we got our shield block, and 3, our final card, we got Smite. So we got a lot of Kaldrax cards. He might be going next, which isn't going to be the end of the world. That might be actually pretty good. All right, we've got his card, those cards ready to go. Now I also get to gain some campaign tokens from completing those quests. So we're going to go ahead and grab 4 campaign tokens from our enslaved adventurer, and we're also going to grab 2 from our mentor. And I'm also going to get 2 experience points, I believe. I think you also get the experience points as well for completing that quest. So we're going to put those with our experience. And that's the end of these 2 quests. We've completed both of them. That's pretty awesome. Now, the other thing I have to do, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I don't see why it wouldn't. I believe she is a level 2 monster. This thing does say defeat 3 level 2 monsters or higher and to place her in the dungeon. I'm going to go ahead and put her token on this because she is, I believe, a level 2 monster. So we have defeated 2 of them. Now, whether or not that's correct, I don't think we're going to get this one completed. It's been really cool to do that, but I don't think it's going to happen because in order to resolve it, I have to remove 3 artifacts from the game, and I don't have any artifacts yet. Now that we've had a lot of fun doing some really cool things, it's time for the monsters to do something. We're going to go ahead and discard this tile and see what our next level 2 tile is. It's going to be, oh, what is that? Oh, look at that. It's a Necromancer. It does 6 attack. It has 9 health. Oh, this could be something else. Let's see what happens. It says right here, life drain. When Necromancer attacks, its target does not benefit from defense, armored defense. Each time he damages an enemy, remove his bottom wound token. So he gets to heal and he ignores armor defense. Wow, that's pretty good. We're now, of course, also going to activate our enemy. So we're going to activate the most powerful enemy, and he's going to try to attack one of these characters. We don't have any of those on the board, so it is going to go ahead and do this. It's the only one it can do. Now, of course, like I've said before, I could have just foregone this if I didn't want these 2 characters to be attacked and just gone with this one, but this +3 is going to be really bad. This thing's going to move up, and I am going to actually have it shoot him, and that's why I bought that Eldritch Ward. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to gain 3 defense, which is hopefully going to save him because he's about to take 3 plus 2 plus this die worth of damage. Oh, it says 0, so he's going to take 2 more damage, bringing his life total to 4, meaning that he only has 3 life left before he is going to die. Sorry, his damage total to 4. So I'm going to go ahead and place these 4 tokens down there, and like I said before, he's down to 3 health before he's going to be dead. We're then going to go ahead and exhaust our goblin, and we're going to move into our next turn. But of course, we do have to discard this card and draw a new enemy AI card. We're going to lose more dungeon tiles, and look at this, it's going to attack, oh, it's going to attack Kaldrax for +1 attack. That's actually perfect because I think he's going to be the next one to go. Now we're going to go ahead and use Kaldrax first, but first I have to go ahead and remove this mentor. We have completed that quest, we remove it from the board. He's going to go ahead and turn around, and we're going to go take on somebody. He's going to go 1, 2, he's going to open this door, and 3, he is going to face the Minotaur. The reason I'm going after the Minotaur is because I at least can use my defense against him. So we're going to go ahead, before we move in there, is we are going to play our maneuver card that's going to give us +3 defense, our Righteous Prayer. I was calling it Righteous Fury in the last video. You cannot play this card if there's an enemy adjacent, so I'm playing it before I move into that room. So we're going to go ahead now and move into that room, and we're going to go ahead and play the rest of our cards and see if we can take this guy down. So Kaldrax does 4 damage right here. So we're going to go ahead and move his, I'm going to put it over here so we can see it. 4 damage right there. Now he also is going to get his flaming weapon, which is giving him +2, and this guy gets -2 defense. So he's at 4, 5, 6 right now, and he has -2. That's actually, I think, enough to kill him just right there. 4, 5, 6, -2, so this thing only has 6 health. Yeah, we totally took this guy out in 1 shot. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even have to use all the cards I had in my hand, which was quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and wonder, yeah, because I can't use this on the other guy because he has dodge defense. That's why I can't go after the Necromancer. So Kaldrax has gone ahead and destroyed this thing, and he's going to gain the 4 experience points for taking out the Minotaur. Now after this, we have to go ahead and reveal our next tile. And look at that. Oh, wait, look at that. We got another Minotaur. And then we also have a Manticore. So let's go ahead and put our Manticore up here, and then we get our Minotaur. He's come back to fight us again, but that's okay. Now, we haven't seen the Manticore before, so let's go ahead and take a look at his card. Oh my gosh, this guy's just a beast. He attacks for 5, and he's got 9 health. And it's, oh man, and it says right down here, Poison Spikes. The Manticore inflicts poison wound tokens. Oh, that's going to be absolutely terrible. All right, I don't think we're even going anywhere near this room. Now, of course, we do get 4 experience points for taking out that Minotaur, and we get to buy a card, but really there's not much out here to buy. Every person that has gone, except for that symbol, has already gone, and I can't even use that one. And there's nothing left in my discard pile to grab because we've already completed that quest. So I think what we're going to do is discard this card, and we're going to go ahead and take one and see if it's worth buying. Whoa, it's the Immortal White Lotus. Oh, and look, it's an artifact. So these are the cards we need to actually use to complete that last quest. But I don't think we're going to get enough of these. But let's read what it says. It says, when you draft this artifact, place it face up in your play area. Whenever one of your conscious heroes activates, you may be able to remove 2 wound tokens from herself. Oh my goodness, this thing's absolutely amazing. Well, it also costs 6. But oh my goodness, this thing's, I wish I would have had this at the beginning of the game. All right, we're going to go ahead and play 6 experience points for that card for sure. Now, I don't know how much use we're going to get of it, but it's really, really cool. So now we're going to go ahead and fill up that empty spot with, what's this, the Ancient Scroll of Doom. After you draft this artifact, you must immediately remove it from the game and then target 1 monster within 2 spaces and one of your heroes. You inflict 5 automatic damage against that monster. Oh my gosh, this is amazing too. Well, these artifacts are all absolutely bonkers. I think we're going to try to draft that because at least then we could take out maybe one really powerful monster. Now this says that it gets to remain in play. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right up here. Hopefully I don't forget about it, though we really don't have too many turns left. Now I also get to go ahead and draw up to my hand limit. But at first I get to discard some cards. And we're going to discard a lot of these cards because there's a lot of things I don't need. There's only 1 person left. I think we're going to keep this one and this one. Or we're going to keep the draw 2 card. We're going to keep the Fury card too. So we're actually just going to discard these 2 cards. And I get to draw up to 8. So I've got 3. So I'm going to get 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3. Well, okay, we got our 2 cards for her, which is exactly what I needed. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with that card, but that's 3, 4, and I think we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get 1 more card. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle these up, and we're going to grab 1 more from the discard pile and add it to our hand. And what do we get? Oh, we got a Divine Aura. That ain't going to help at all, but that's okay. Maybe I can go ahead and use it for my Burst of Strength or something. Well, okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and move into the monster's turn now. We have to do on our enemy AI card is go ahead and remove a tile. We're going to get rid of the evil Necromancer. I'm all done with him. Now we're going to go ahead and put out our next tile. Oh, look at those guys. Now, of course, look, we don't have any tiles over here, so that means we're going to be close to the end. So we're going to go ahead and put down our giant spider, and check this out. We've got a basilisk. He does 8 damage and has a ton of health. And look at this. He's got a power down here. It says Baleful Gaze. The basilisk inflicts poison wound tokens. Any player whose hero is damaged by the basilisk must discard 4 cards of his choice from his hand. Oh, that's absolutely brutal. I don't think I want to meet up with this thing ever. Not even a dark alley, a light alley. I don't even want to meet up with him right on the streets. Oh, barf. Now we're going to go ahead and activate our enemy, and we're going to go ahead and first turn him. I've got to learn to remember how to keep facing these guys. Now, when I open the door, that guy should have been facing in that direction, but I always keep forgetting to do that. Now, it's going to go ahead and get +1, and it's going to attack Caldrax. So he's going to move on up and hit Caldrax for 4 damage. But now remember, he's got a lot of defense because I went ahead and played my maneuver card, which gives him 3 damage, and I'm going to go ahead and play my Shield Bash card, which I think I accidentally already played, which means I shouldn't have actually been able to take that card that I shuffled back into my hand. Oh man. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on top of my deck because I shouldn't have actually had that in my hand. I should have actually been carrying Shield Bash in my hand. So we're going to go ahead and play Shield Bash, give myself 7 damage, which is going to block everything that this guy attacks me with. And that's sweetness. So we're going to go ahead and discard this one and see what our next AI card is, which is going to show that we discard a couple cards, and it looks like it's going to attack an orc, right? Yeah, an orc. And otherwise, I would have to unexhaust our most powerful monster and gain +3 and attack a warrior of my choice. Now we're going to, oh wow, look at this. We went through the entire deck. Wow, it looked like we knew exactly how many turns we were supposed to have. Wow, that was probably amazing. Now, another thing I have to do is put my Minotaur up with Lady Eleanor. That's our level 2 monster. So she is completed. We have to put her out on the board. Now, this should have happened right after we killed the Minotaur. I totally forgot to do it. Now, it says right here, trigger, defeat 3 level 2 or higher monsters to place Lady Eleanor in the dungeon. While adjacent to Lady Eleanor, remove 3 owned artifacts from the game. Now, that'd be how you complete the quest. Now, I'm pretty sure this is very similar to the way our Mentor quest went. We just have to be adjacent to it with one of our characters. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set this card off to the side, and we're going to place our quest out on the board. I'm going to put it right over here. Now, like I said, I don't think we're going to be able to get to it. We don't have 3 artifacts, but at least we know we were able to actually get the quest out. Hey, I'm pretty happy. We're able to take out 3 level 2 monsters, which isn't too bad. Now we're going to go ahead and move into Melinda's turn, and we're going to go ahead and play some cards. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do. We're first going to go ahead and attack. Oh, first I forgot. I have to exhaust this thing. I keep forgetting to exhaust these monsters. Oh, there's so many different things in this game I keep forgetting to do. All right, let's see what we're going to see. I think we're going to play our Eagle Sight card. We could go ahead and play this, but is that what we want to do? Let's go ahead and check. No. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and play our Eagle Sight card, which means we're going to lose 1 speed, which brings us down to 3. Now I have my Vade card. I can't even play that. All right, and let's see here. Oh, and Animal Instinct. We're able to gain 2 speed and draw 2 cards. Let's go ahead and see what 2 cards we're able to get from that card. We got Divine Aura. That's fantastic. And we also got Elusive, but that's going to be okay. In case I get attacked, I'll have that. Now I think we're going to go ahead and play our Ally. I can draw 2 cards, and of course I could play 2 Maneuvers and 2 Treasures, but I don't even think I have those. But we're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards and see what we get. We got Bestial Form. Yes, that's going to be awesome. And we got our Potion of Healing, but I'm not really going to need to use that. But I'm really excited for that Bestial Form because that can do a lot of damage. Now let's see what else we have in our hand and see what we can do. We got some pretty interesting things. I think we're going to go ahead and take on those goblins. So I'm going to move over here using the speed I have, and then I'm going to go ahead and play my Spark card. And that's going to do 4 damage to one of these goblins. He's just going to be toast. And that's great. I'm going to gain experience points. Now I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to play our Bestial Form. And we're going to do 6 damage to that lowly goblin, and he's also going to be dead. And I'm going to gain an experience point for him. Now, of course, he only has 2 health. That's going to be great. Now we gain 2 experience points, and that's really about all we're going to be able to do. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 experience points. I'm just going to take a 3 and replace one of these 1s. And now we can go ahead and draft cards. And oh my gosh, this card is too good to pass up. I'm going to grab the Ancient Scroll of Doom. We're going to pay 6 experience points for it, but it's going to be absolutely worth it. We're going to be able to blow up the creature that is left on the board because I'm able to do 5 direct damage to something, which means they can't use their defense. And since there's only 1 monster left on the board, you guessed it, this guy's going to take 5 automatic damage. He's going to be absolutely annihilated. And I'm going to gain 2 experience points. So I'm going to go ahead and gain the 2 experience points and fill this empty spot right here. And we're going to fill it with a Staff of Teleportation. It says after you draft this artifact, you must immediately remove it from the game and then target 1 normal dungeon tile that possesses at least 4 empty spaces and no face-down challenges. Transport all of your heroes to that room with each hero occupying 1 empty space of your choice. Wow, these artifacts are absolutely amazing. And we're going to go ahead and do what it says on here. We're going to remove this one from the game. We're also going to discard this card. And then we're going to go ahead and restock the pile. And then we're going to say, oh, wow, look at that. We got a card from the Lost Alliance. It's a great worm. Now, sadly, we're not going to be able to get to this card. But look, it only costs 3, which is really cool. I'm actually pretty excited on how that works. So even though it's a level 3 card, I'm not paying 6 like I do for those artifacts. It's really kind of cool because you're only paying for the cards you are. Like level 1 is 1 card, level 2 is 2, and level 3 is 3. That's a really cool game design. I'm pretty excited how that works. So that's the end of his turn, and it's kind of the end of the enemy's turn. There's really no enemies left. So that's the end of the first part of our campaign. We're able to come down and check out what happened to the Lost Alliance. Now, sadly, we didn't learn a lot about the Lost Alliance, but we learned a few things. And we got some cool cards. Now, sadly, I didn't get to the Eleanor quest or the Goblin King quest. And sadly, those are not going to persist in the campaign. The only thing that carries over in the campaign are these campaign tokens. Now, what we did learn about the Lost Alliance, we found on these cards. We were able to take on the Demon Spider. We found him and we destroyed him. We also have a vendetta against those zombies. And then the last thing we did was the Enslaved Adventurer. This card was so cool. We went down into the actual arena and took on one of the Lost Alliance members and were able to free him. Now we got 7 campaign tokens from our quests, and we also got 2 from that mentor quest. It leaves us with 9 campaign tokens. So let's go spend those now. There's 2 different things you can do with your campaign tokens. One is you could go ahead and draft a new character. Now, let's say you had a character that didn't perform as well as you were hoping for. Like, let's say Bull did not perform as well as we were hoping. So let's get Bull. We'll put him right here, got him out of the arena. Here she is. Okay, we're going to put her on the board. Now, of course, if you draft a new person to replace Bull and you didn't like what she had and you didn't like what you got, that's too bad. You'd have to still pay the campaign token. Now, the other thing you can do with campaign tokens is you can buy cards. For example, I could go ahead and hold on to this as a permanent upgrade. This card is so good, the Immortal White Lotus. Oh, I should probably let Will have this, but I'm not going to. Sorry, Will, you're not going to get that card. What I am going to get is Mitra the Trickster. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 3 to bring Mitra back with us. Now, isn't that really cool? It's super thematic. So we came down and we found Mitra. She's in the dungeon. Now, sadly, we have to go back up to town, but we can come back down with her and she can help us find the rest of her Lost Alliance. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and keep our Vendetta card. Now, the Vendetta card, of course, is only good against zombies, but we're going to pay 1 and we're going to keep it. I think that'll be a really fun one. Now, of course, we're left with 5 of these campaign tokens that I can use to go ahead and upgrade more cards, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to have Will go ahead and decide what he wants to do with these 5 campaign tokens. I don't know if you can actually carry them over to what he's doing and then he'd have even a more abundance of them, or if I have to actually spend them now. And if I have to spend them now, there's probably a few cards I would make sure to buy. One is this Enchanted Broadsword. This thing is really cool. I like that card a lot. Also, I would probably go ahead and keep the Eldritch Ward, and I don't know, maybe I'd probably keep the Potion of Healing. That one's pretty good too. So we'd probably pay the 5 to keep these cards as well, if that's what we have to do. Otherwise, I would let Will go ahead and decide what he wants. Now, these permanent upgrades are, of course, going to affect your draft bonus chart. They're going to be cards you've considered already drafting, meaning you're going to become more powerful than you were the first time around. Now, of course, we only saw the 2nd level worth of Lost Alliance cards. We did see the 3rd card. We saw the Great Worm, but we weren't able to draft it. So being able to start more powerful would probably be able to get you to those level 3 cards at least a little bit quicker than I did. And the more powerful we become, we'll probably be able to take on one of those mega bosses. At least that's going to be the plan. We're going to take on a mega boss. So where we stand right now, I've gone ahead and bought these 2 cards for William. He's going to put them into his deck along with the rest of his cards, and they're going to be a little bit more powerful. Now, of course, we're also going to take the rest of the cards that we bought and we're going to put them back into their respective decks to be drawn again. And that's really what's going to happen. I'm also going to make sure that he's going to take out the 3 quests that we did for the Lost Alliance. Besides, we don't want to have him redo the same quest. Besides, you can't have 2 Mitras running around on the board, can you? I guess that would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Okay, so we've gone ahead and completed the first round of Dungeon Alliance. We went through it with our characters. Now I'm going to pass the game over to William over at Hungry Gamer, and he's going to go ahead and take our exact same group through the dungeon and see what he can uncover of the Lost Alliance. Now, hopefully he's going to be drawing new quests that you'll be able to see and hopefully find new things inside this dungeon. So I am putting our brave alliance in the hands of William. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the next playthrough comes out. But also, please go in the link below and go to William's channel as well and make sure you hit the bell symbol there so you know when the next part of our playthrough happens. And then after his rounds are done, it's going to be coming back to me and we're going to see, hopefully we have the same characters, and we're going to go ahead and continue Dungeon Alliance. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at Hungry Gamer. Don't forget, please subscribe and like and hit the bell symbol at his channel so you can watch our Dungeon Alliance playthrough. Then, of course, after he's done, it's going to be coming back, and at that time, I need you to meet me at the table.